Here. Welcome to another live stream. So, what's everyone wearing? What's everyone doing on a random Wednesday? Let's see. It is pretty damn cold outside. I'll tell you that. Probably in the high 20s, low 30s here in Texas. There's still ice on the ground, so the schools are still shut down for the kiddos. So I've been working from home today. Usually I would have been in the office on a Wednesday. Hey, Michael. Welcome, my friend. First comment, Michael John. I like how these, I like how I can just hit live on the live stream and bam, there's people here, you know? It's a good feeling. I like my little fragrance family. Drop your scent of the day in the chat. I want to know what you guys have been wearing. And today I'm excited because I get to try a new house. I've actually never tried Fort Manley before. So thanks to my good friend Eddie, I have another package from Eddie coming on the way, actually. This one was a little bit more expensive than the last couple that he sent me. But I'm very excited. There's some more stuff coming from him. But he sent me 4 Fort Manle Perfumes. And so we're going to test them just like we did yesterday with Amouage. We're going to put one here, one here, one here, one here. We're going to wear them and just give an early first impression. There's just too many samples. I can't do a whole video on each one of these. Like, I'll never get through all of the samples that I want to. So I figured this is a good way to interact with you guys, chat, and also explore some new perfumes. And you get to see my first and very real reaction. My scent of the day. The very first time I've ever worn this fragrance, and it's been a good one. I just uploaded an early impression video on this as well. So I think that's a good way to knock out a bunch of samples. Upload an early impression video, that's 1, and do 4 new fragrances. So that's 5 fragrances discovered today. But it's Serge Noir from the house of Serge Lutens. Are you guys familiar with this one? It's actually really good. I guess I should have kept the bottle out, but that I think it's close to. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, so if you guys have smelled Feminite du Bois, there's a little bit of Feminite du Bois in Serge Noir. And someone said this is Serge Lutens' signature scent, interestingly enough. I don't know if that's true, but someone mentioned that this is his signature scent. And there's definitely touches of Feminite du Bois, which, you know, him and Christopher Sheldrake created this DNA with Pierre Bourdon. And so obviously if he loves it that much to then recreate it from 1992 all the way to 2008 in Serge Noir. So I just uploaded my early impression video on it, but I can tell you it's a good one. I enjoy it. I like it. I would maybe even like to have a bottle one day, but I do not have a bottle right now. Hey, John, welcome. Good to see you, man. Les Abstraits. It is a love, isn't it? Is that not the best rose patchouli? For me, I think it's the best rose patchouli, especially because it has that castoreum, and I love castoreum, and it's one of the best castoreums I've smelled since Antaeus. Hi, Boris. Good to see you in the chat, man. Texas with ice and snow, exactly. You know, it's funny because, you know, in most places they would probably just put down some salt, bring out the snow plows, plow the roads, and bam, the city's open again. But we actually don't have snow plows in Texas. So when it ices, even if it's just a little bit of ice, there's just wrecks everywhere. No one knows how to drive, you know. But it's also because the roads aren't salted and plowed like you would expect in cities that know how to deal with snow. So a little bit of snow, a little bit of ice just shuts everything down, man. It's crazy. So, yeah, I think it's going to get bad again tonight. Tomorrow, it's going to be hovering around freezing, I think, most of the day. And then I think by Friday, we'll pretty much be out of it, is my guess. B683 Extra. I think someone sent me a sample of that. I have not smelled it yet, though. Yeah, let's see. No, I'm sorry. They sent me B612. Apparently there's differences. B683 is different than B612. What's going on with these numbers? Is that like a molecule or something from the big houses? This is Nishane's B612 X-ray, and you said B683? What are these houses doing with these numbers? Are they molecules that's included in the fragrance or something? Ah, Dushan. General Dushan, welcome. Yes, welcome. A regular tangent. Good to see you, my friend. Good day, Babouche. Lamal, Jean-Paul Gaultier Lamal, I was home. I like how you had to, put a little asterisk next to that. I was only home. Don't attack me. I really don't like Lamal. I'll have to do a video on it one day. Reminisces Patchouli. Never smelled that one, Mike. I hear it's good, though. Yeah, good evening, Kevin. Good to see you. It's Fatih, not Faith, Sultan Mehmed. Yes, thank you. My Texan accent betrays me regularly. Fatih, Sultan Mehmed. Faith sounds just as good, though, I must admit, but I'm very excited to try it. Did I type it wrong? Yes, I did. I see what you're saying. Can I edit it? Yes, I can edit it. F-A. I swear to God, it says Faith right here. I won't be able to show you because of how terrible the camera is, but I wish I could show you, though, so you know I'm not crazy. The sample, and this is an older sample, but it literally says Faith, F-A-I-T-H. They misspelled their own sample. That's crazy. F-A-T-I-H. F-A-T-I-H. Thank you for that. It is now corrected. F-A-T-I-H. Let me look it up. Just out of curiosity. F-A-T-I-H. Yep, that's what it says in Parfumo too, F-A-T-I-H. Yeah, they misspelled it on their little sample even. That's nuts. Are you guys familiar with Fort Manley? Am I the only one who's never smelled anything from the brand? The brand just went through rebranding last year. Ah, interesting. Vintage Coros. Beautiful. How's that contrast between the dirty and clean? Do you get the whole starts out dirty and goes to clean bit? Did you get a chance to try Amouage Overture Woman? No, not yet. That'll be one for one of the later videos. I think I have a new process. Like I said earlier, a video, an early impression video. Like today, I just dropped a video on my scent of the day, Serge Noir, and this is the first time I've worn this. So, getting to know a new fragrance, doing a video, one, for the channel, and then knock out 4. So like with the Amouages, I do the same thing, grab 4 of the ones I've never tried and try them and do my early impressions. And then this way we're really making a dent, People can still find my early impressions in the live stream. But, I mean, if I didn't do it this way, I'll never get through these samples ever. And I want to know them. I want to try them. I want to get to know them, especially stuff like this that people talk about, like this Fatih Sultan Mehmed. I've heard really good things about. I know Peter Carter from Fragrance View, and he of Centauri fame really loves Bojnokopff. Bojnokopff. He really likes that one. So yeah, there's supposed to be some good frags, but if I don't do this, I'll never get around to trying them all. So I think it's a great way. 21 Conduit Street, nice. I think I'm going to probably save that for the warmer weather because it's so citrusy, but I like it. It's a good perfume. Interference, welcome, my friend. Oud Zen, yes, I was very blessed to get a very generous sample of Oud Zen, the original from Eddie. I bought a perfume off of Eddie. He's shipping it. He shipped it already yesterday. And so as soon as the ice clears up and I can go get to my P.O. box, I should have some amazing stuff very soon. There should be some multiple rare and hard to find bottles. But Oud Zen, I'm thinking that this is probably supplanted Oud Maximus as my go-to just out and out oud fragrance. That's my personal opinion. I know I said Oud Maximus was probably my favorite, but after kind of wearing it again, it wasn't like I remembered it. You know, you ever have that where you remember a fragrance one way, but you haven't worn it for a while, and then you wear it, and it wears different from how you remember it? That happened to me with Oud Maximus. So I'm removing the crown from Oud Maximus, and I'm putting it on Oud Zen. It's just the out-and-out oud. And the original or the ZHEN, I think they're both good. Because he did a part 2 where instead of ZEN, he did ZHEN, I think, Zen. So it is very, very good. So I can't wait to do videos on all these other Ariges that I haven't done videos on. There's some that I haven't even worn yet. Like I haven't smelled Inverno Russe yet, but smelling it from the atomizer, it smells amazing. Oh my God. And I haven't smelled Fleur de Fleur. Flux de Fleur. Fleur de Fleur. And again, from the atomizer, this is probably my least favorite. But you never know. I mean, they change a lot. The Ariges change a lot. And so yes, I'm excited to try some of those. And I got Atlantic Ambergris 1. And so there's a lot of new scents I haven't smelled or first versions of scents. I only smelled the second or third one, something like that. Yes, Marc-Antoine Bauois. That's right. That's what I thought. What is with the houses, though, doing this B thing, B612? Is it a molecule? Does anyone know? Why are they doing that? Scent of the day, Les Indemodables, Ambre Extreme. Ambre Extreme from Les Indemodables? Why do I not remember that one? Les Indemodables, Ambre. Oh, Ambre Supreme. Sorry. I read Ambre Extreme. Because you typed Amber Extreme. I think Amber Extreme is that molecule that many people hate that they put in the base of a lot of fragrances. And I think I saw someone gave you that B683 EDP versus the X-Ray. If I have it, I don't remember where it went. I'll have to dig it out. It's somewhere. That's what I'm saying. I have to get through these samples. There's so many samples. I want to get through them. Yeah, so yeah, I want to know about this B6 thing. What's the deal with this B612, B683? Why are they doing this? Does anyone know? I'm guessing maybe it's like a molecule that they're using in there. The X-ray of B683 is amazing. Nice. Yeah, I sold my EDP and picked up the X-ray. Awesome. Is that good, eh? Desandras, I thought will be difficult to wear. Not at all. I think I'm enjoying the sampler. I feel something almost similar. I feel something almost similar than in LDE. Interesting. Abbey Rouge. Namaste, Mike. Welcome. Welcome to the haunting hour. Fatih, I have a bottle of that too. Nice. So what do you guys think of Fort Manley before I start spraying these on myself? Who likes it? Who doesn't like it? Are they a reputable brand? I don't know anything about them. Actually, maybe we should read. I tried Amber Absolutely. It was very sweet. Amber Absolutely. Who does that one? Amber Absolutely. Amber Absolutely is a Fort Manley. Okay, go figure. Amber Absolutely. Yeah, that's not one of the ones we'll be trying today. I don't think I have that one, but it does say it's sweet and resinous. I probably wouldn't like it if it's super sweet. I remember talking to Zhao from Scented Moments about B683 X-Ray and the regular one. Love the X-Ray, but saving quids for the vintages. Yeah, that is an issue. That is definitely an issue. Hey, Nick, welcome, man. Good to see you. Are you still hanging around Cyprus? Charlatan, I also good from but old if it's discontinued. Is it discontinued? Is this Charlatan a discontinued perfume? Because it does not say that it's discontinued on Parfumo. It says it's still available for purchase. Let me look it up again. Charlatan 2016. Yeah, it says it's still available for purchase. Ooh, a floral gourmand. Ooh, that's scary. Floral gourmand. We'll have to save Charlatan for last. I dated a Charlotte, but never a Charlatan. Amber Narguilé, incredible perfume from the GOAT, Jean-Claude, one of the best ambers in my collection. Really nice tobacco note in it. I still need to smell Amber Narguilé. I've never smelled it, Bri. Never smelled that one. Scent of the day, Prada Olfactory's Midnight Train. It's a patchouli beast. I love the line. No one wears it. It's criminally underrated. You know, I really like that line too. There were a couple that Armando sent me that I thought were really good. Like, for example, my favorite was Queer Ambre. This one right here, number 3. Yeah, Queer Ambre is my kind of fragrance. Queer Styrax is not bad, but I remember that it was more, it was a little sweeter. And if memory serves, there was there was, what was Queer Styrax? Queer Styrax. Yes, it was Neroli. I thought there was some freshness in it. Neroli and vanilla with Styrax, frankincense. Yeah, the leather was almost kind of an afterthought, if memory served, on Queer Styrax, whereas the leather was really front and center in Queer Ambre. I really like, but I like the quality of the fragrance. They smell, both of them smell really high quality. Criminally underrated indeed. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you, Pike. Too bad you didn't get that Caniche 10. Scent of the day, Plumeria d'Oris. Never smelled it. You guys are whipping out stuff I've never even heard of. Fatih was George Michael's best song in my... Mike's starting off strong. All right, jot it down, man. Put it in the composition book. One joke for Mike, 5:53 p.m. Excuse me, Jinx smells in the company. Invasion Barbar, beautiful. I really like Invasion Barbar. I think it's full bottle worthy. But I don't own any MDCIs. It's just a house I never bought full bottles of. I got decants. I also have Suleiman Le Magnifique, great release from Fort Manley. Man, I am like completely in the blue, you know, out in the cold when it comes to Fort Manley. Let me look that one up. Suleiman Le Magnifique, what a name. Spicy Oriental, Turkish Galbanum, Amber, Musk, Benzoin, Patchouli, Vetiver, Amiris, Rose, Tuberose. Ooh, Tuberose, scary Tuberose. Cinnamon, Vanilla, Ambergris, and Red Apple. Sounds like it'll be a scent I would like. I'll put it on the to sniff list. The wish list. Suleiman Le Magnifique says it's discontinued. Evening, Micah. Welcome. I feel that two-sided chorus and that urinal note. I have no idea how it smells the modern version. The modern version is much more wearable from what I remember. Scent of the day, 89 Mitsouko. I don't remember hearing anything from you about Quorum. What do you think about? I love Quorum. I have a bottle. It broke is what happened. So the bottle, The bottle is no more. The bottle is finished, but I saved the juice. So the juice is decanted somewhere. But yeah, I love that green tobacco, pine, just 70s, 80s. I mean, even the color scheme, this burgundy cap with the gold, just in the green bottle with the gold writing. It's so 80s. Like sitting on a plaid couch, you know? Sitting on a plaid couch with elbow pads on your jacket. Evening Mystique. Never heard of that one. Amber Cologne. Well done, Ajay. Amber Cologne is a stunner. I usually wear it in the warm, though. I usually don't rock Amber Cologne in the cold because I think the ambergris just works beautifully in the heat. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. We've got our Les Straits microfiber cloth. The now discontinued microfiber cloth, by the way. Much sought after. Joe and Dan Wasp from the Loft likes that Bojnokopff by Fort Manley. So does Peter from Fragrance View. He of Centauri fame. So yeah, that's the one I'm probably most excited to try. We'll put Bojnokopff at the front of the line. Let's start off on a positive note. Paco Rabanne, La Nuit. Nice. We were talking about that yesterday, Bon Image. Were you here for that? Or did you randomly just wear that? Do you have the EDT or do you have the EDP? This is the, I think this is the EDT, but I've got the, this is the Eau de Toilette, but I've got the EDP in a splash bottle. It's really good. They're both amazing. If you like, I talked about this yesterday, but if you like fragrances like, for example, Teatro alla Scala, which is much talked about by me. I actually like Teatro alla Scala even more than La Nuit. But I think if you like this, you'll like Paco Rabanne La Nuit. And if you haven't tried Teatro alla Scala, it's definitely one to sniff. Yeah, it should be Supreme. Probably their best release. It is very good, isn't it? I think I like Oriental Velours over Ambre Supreme, but it's very, very close. Hola, Queer Canage, a Beauty Germs. Welcome. I think they're stars. Yeah. Lesson Demo Double is serious. They're good stuff. My bad, Rams. Yeah. I was like, Ambre Extreme. No way they would have put out a fragrance named Amber Extreme. Rochas Femme is an underrated perfumer. Yeah, I don't hear very much about him. I remember that the Jensense guy, Ash, really liked them. But I haven't watched him in years. I don't know if he still talks about Fort Manley on the channel. And I know there were a couple other people that talk about it, but really it's not a house you hear very much about. Breaking news for our team, like the stream. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Dushan. Appreciate it. I don't say that enough. Wait, Charlatan is a floral gourmand? That's what it says. That's according to Parfumo. Don't shoot the messenger. Charlatan. Floral gourmand. Pear, chocolate, damask rose, Moroccan jasmine, vanilla, black truffle. Black truffle, osmanthus, sandalwood, amber, and vanilla. Interesting. My experience from Fort Manley is they have good stuff, but nothing that moved me to purchase. Okay. But it's a quality house, right? Hey, Rachel. Welcome, my friend. Rachel with the wrench. Walk quietly and carry a big wrench. Scent of the day. And I've decided after a long while that Mitsouko Vintage Parfum is my number one of all time. Now I know why Roja said he wore it for 30 years. I love Diaghilev, but it's not every scent too strong. I would love to smell that Mitsouko Extrait one day, Black Monday. It is on my to buy list, to be honest with you, especially after I blind bought Val de Nuit Extrait, because people talked about how different the Extrait was from the EDT, which I have, and I do like. I like the EDT, but I like the EDT. Well, let's say this. I love the EDT, and I really, really love the Extrait. The Extrait is on another level. So I'm thinking that, you know, Mitsouko is probably going to be the same. That the Extrait is just going to be unbelievable, and I've been sleeping on it because I mean I do love my eau de parfum, and I love my EDT of Mitsouko as well. Yes, EDP of La Iris de Fat. EDP. I didn't know they had an EDP, dude. This is the Pure Parfum. Again, thanks to Rachel. I didn't know they had an EDP out. I thought it was only in Pure Parfum form. Is that new? I mean, it comes in this little tiny, I think like 30 mils of this is like $1,000 or $1,200 or something. It's very expensive. It is. I put it number 1 at the top of my Iris video. I said I was only going to do full bottles, and then I put this number 1. That's how good it is. I'll do a video on it before, you know, eventually I'll do a video on it. La Iris de Fat. Man, it's amazing. No, I didn't know there was an EDP. Back in London. Beautiful. Hope your trip went well, man. Robes is in the house. Robes, we need to get you on a stream one day, dude. All the big hitters. Are names coming in color in the chat? Is that a new thing? I don't see color. I don't see what you guys see. Maybe it's a new StreamYard software thing. Scent of the day, Puig Agua Lavanda. Never smelled that, Keith. I have never smelled that. The man of the hour, Anuj. Anuj is sitting on a haul for me. Anuj, send me anything else that, you know, that you've been storing away in the secret RAM locker that can be added to that haul if you would. The Serge Luton haul is going through Anuj. Very excited. Epic Man again. You've got the friction cap of Epic Man. You lucky dog, you. You got the friction cap. Oh, I bet it's unbelievable. This is so good, though. One of the best Amouages for sure. I think I put it in my top 5. Can't remember where, though. Playing Elden Ring and listening to Ramsey. Elden Ring. That's a complex game from what I remember. I don't think I ever played it, but I've seen it being played. Welcome, Anuj. That's right. Roll out the red carpet. Fragrance royalty is here. Scent of the day, just in. Dracula in a bottle, Van Cleef. Man, the Ram doesn't miss impeccable taste. You mean Van Cleef and Arpels Pour Homme? I think Van Cleef and Arpels Pour Homme is Dracula in a bottle, but it's amazing. Beautiful rose in there too. The Chypre, the rose, the Castoreum. Oh, it's so good. I heard Kellen, I think Sense of South Jersey, say he didn't like that the other day. And I was like, what? As a vintage lover, you don't love Van Cleef and Arpels Pour Homme. That is a sin. Blue Beanie Fragrances, welcome. Scent of the day, Dragon Piss and Nuclear Waste. I did say that the other day, didn't I? Yes, it's very good. Celine Rimbaud from a sample. Is it Shite, Andre? I think Celine is a Shite brand. Now you're rocking the X-Ray, Rachel. Now you're rocking the Val de Nuit X-Ray. It is damn good. It's probably one of the best things I've ever smelled. Quai de Russie. Telling you, my subs have taste. Gold Myrrh Absolute by Herrera. Never smelled it, Robes. Never smelled it, man. Although I do like Herrera. I usually stick to the big 3. For me, There's 3 big Carolina Herreras that I stick to. The OG from the 90s, which, by the way, if you like Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme from 94, this came out a couple years before it. Could have almost been like a template for it. I don't know what the new one smells like, but this vintage bottle that Anuj found me, it's a splash, so it's kind of a pain, but really good. And this one's kind of too sweet. It's a little sweet for me. Carolina Herrera Man, but it's a designer leather, you know. If you have a guilty pleasure and you want to sneak in a couple sweet fragrances in my lineup, this could be one of them. I could stand this. And then probably the newest edition, Carolina Herrera from Men Privé. A house I like, but I don't love. You know what I mean? They're okay. I think they're better than some people give them credit for that just straight write them off. But I don't think they're as good as some people that hype them up and, you know, the best liqueur fragrance of all time. I don't think they're like that. But, you know, I think they're better than some people give them credit for. Do you like it better than Mitsouko? Oof. Scent of the Night, Elysire Extrait Noir. You stumbled on it while looking for the wood leather note the other day. It's a Pierre Negrin, and I have a feeling you'd like it a lot. I did look for that wood leather note, didn't I? Wood leather. That is a very strange note. Let me pull it up. Elysire Extrait Noir. I did stumble on it, didn't I? All right, let me put it on the to sniff list. Collection, wish list. Thyme, ginger, eucalyptus, camphor, Ceylon cinnamon, provincial lavender absolute, patchouli, saffron, geranium, wood leather, benzoin, cistus absolute, vanilla, and castoreum. That does sound like something I would like. You're spot on, GMG. You know me well, sir. You know the Ram well. And I do really love Pierre Negrin. I need to see what else he did. Ooh, he did Night Vision by Spice Bomb. I didn't know that. He did Tom Ford Extreme. I need a bottle of that. That's the thing he's done. That and Japon Noir by Tom Ford. Good luck finding a bottle of that. Those are the 2 I think I want. Tom Ford Extreme for men and Japon Noir, which I'll never find that. That's one of those, yeah, right, good luck, dude. But Extrait Noir by Elysire, I'll put it on the to sniff list. That does sound good. Scent of the day is Gratin Perfumes Ceylon Grau. Never even heard of, I don't think I've heard of Gratin Perfumes. Bald and a Wee, I would love a bottle of that. Yeah, seriously. I'd love the propeller bottle. You know, the one I got's cool, but it's only an 8 ml. I would love the propeller bottle like Eugene has. That is badass. How is the cold? Scent of the day, Fahrenheit Le Parfum. I need to wear that soon. I never wear that. Every time I wear it, I just wear Fahrenheit instead. Bald and a Wee story from Antoine de Saint-Exupéry is beautiful. It is so good. Yeah, I don't really know the story either, Dushan. Please do tell. The original name was Mr. Bojnokopff's Purple Hat. Yes, that's right. I saw that when I was looking it up. First time I've ever caught a live stream on Channel Ram. Welcome, Ross. Yeah, glad to have you. Let's get some perfume on me, shall we? Let's spray this damn Bojnokopff. All right. Here, let me... Whoa, that sprayed went right away. I was expecting it to have to be prime. That was ready to rock and roll. There's still a decent amount of juice in here, too. Thank you, Eddie, by the way. You are a senator rank at Channel Ram. Oh, that is good. That is very good. Okay, I like it. Sorry to clear the old nasal nostrils in your face, but okay. It's like I see why they called it his purple hat, because there is this There is this plummy, apricot-y, fruity feeling to the opening with maybe a bit of oud. Is there oud in here? It smells like a bit of oud and resinous fruits. Almost, you know what the plum apricot combination kind of opening reminds me a little bit of? It reminds me a little bit of the combination you would find in something like Rochas Femme. I really like this. This is good. This is very good. You mean the book. Quatrefoil equals gang sign. Music for a while. Nice, Ross. I usually save that for the spring and summer. That's fantastic. The pineapple and music for a while comes out beautifully in the heat. I need to find a propeller bottle and an X-ray of Mitsouko. Charlatan is a copy of Noire de Noire. Interesting. I never thought of that. Well, I haven't smelled it yet, so I can't say. Fragrance for a while, but music forever. You need to wear test your sample of Olfactory's Marienbad. It's the fragrance I've worn the most this winter, and my now #1 amber. Pike. Do watch your language, sir. Your #1 amber over Ambre Sultan. I have my doubts, sir. I have my doubts. The second half of Ramduck has arrived. If Eddie's senatorial rank, Rich Mitch is Imperator. Mitsouko X-Straight to Diaghilev. Shame on you. I need to smell that Mitsouko X-Ray. I really do. They just came out with the EDP for it's new. Okay. What's it pricing for? Is it insanely priced? So I'm getting some spices kind of in the background now. Definitely feels like there's some oud in here, like some resinous oud, like, thick, syrupy, maybe a little bit of saffron-y thing going on in the background with some florals. But I like it. I really like this Bojnokopff. Rich is in the house. Scent of the day, Serge Lutens Musk Kublai Khan. This and Kiel's original musk are staples in my collection. They are siblings. I've got a couple precious drops of the Shiseido Palais Royale bell jar of Musk Kublai Khan, and it is very good. I just struggle to wear it as a day-to-day scent because I had an ex actually wear this as her signature scent. So there's some strange memories tied to Musk Kublai Khan for me. Vintage Serge from Amouage. Well, not from Amouage, but Amouage is working as courier, if you will. He's the mule. Love Kiel's Musk Douglas. Yep. It's good stuff. Someone else gave them to me for Ram. That's right. Amouage is just working as courier. Do you know them? Nope. Good evening, Ram. Good evening, Rock. Welcome. Welcome, Rock City. That's right. Full power. I got a lot of samples to go through, man. I don't play. There's a lot of content we have to talk about. Yeah, it seems like some of that, like, yesterday I did an early impression on a fragrance called L'Heure Exquise by Bojnokopff. And if you know kind of the way that the florals mix with the spices there, because it's like cardamom and cinnamon, that's kind of what it feels like. I'm trying to stop myself from looking at the note tree yet because I'm really enjoying this Bojnokopff's purple hat. But imagine if you kind of mix that with some of the apricot plum feeling of Rochas Femme. That's what Bojnokoff's purple hat's giving me right now. It's very good. When did this come out? I have to look this up. Let me read about Fort Manley first. So here's what it says. Fort Manley is a luxury niche perfume house committed to creating high-quality, handcrafted perfume. Founder and perfumer Rasai Fort has elevated the art of scent creation to new heights, bringing the essence of the world's most treasured aromas into exciting compositions. Vibrant, opulent, and often eccentric, his inspired creations combine the most refined and precious raw materials available. Now, synonymous with luxury around the world, Fort Manley continues to raise the bar, providing an olfactory experience that is sure to transport its users to the most exotic places and times. Self-taught, well-researched, and meticulous in his methods, Rasai blends artisanal oils and extracts to create a nuanced balance that is truly unique to Fort Manley. Bringing together modern and old world sensibilities, from the rich pageantry of ancient empires to the seductive allure of romantic seduction and the fresh paradise of exotic isles, the rich and inspired aromas created for Fort Manley are as evocative as the imagination of our founder. All right, let's see what the collection says. So, Bojnokopff. Let's see, 50 mils is $205. That's not terrible. Description: smoky rooms tucked away behind posh clubs in 1897 St. Petersburg conjure images of dedicated flowers of magic. Kerosene lamp lit in the haze of tobacco and ornate mirrors create the scene for the perfect illusion. Dark and hypnotic, his voice is calm and deep. Cylinder, a single word, as he removes his famous purple top hat and lowers it down again gently atop his head. Mysterious yet delicate, this inspired blend conjures a full and rich Western sensibility with its masterful shades of French lavender and vanilla atop depths of rich chocolate and unctuous textures. The greatest finale happens when the man is gone and we still feel his presence, embodied forever in a singular object, the purple top hat that inspired this namesake fragrance. The great Mr. Bojnokopff, his whereabouts are always known by those who have had the pleasure to hear his voice and feel the mystery of his greatest trick, to be remembered without being seen. Is it real or just an illusion? French lavender, vanilla, dark chocolate, oud, and cedar wood. I definitely think that they're being a little coy with the notes, if you will. French lavender, chocolate, ambergris, osmanthus. I did say apricot. Osmanthus gives that. I definitely see osmanthus now that they say that. I don't get a ton of chocolate, though. Vanilla, yes. Amber, vetiver, guaiac wood, tree moss, and oud. Oud, yes. I like it, though. However it all blends together, I like it. I can tell you that. Let's see what the comments are saying. I'm still losing sleep for passing on a sealed flacon of 1930s Mitsouko Extrait in the never-seen helmet bottle form. Dude, you just need to... I need to just give you like a line of credit, and you need to find stuff for me, Pike, because you find the craziest shit, dude. The silent middleman. Oh, man. Mitsouko is such a lovely name. It is perfect. Everything about those old Guerlains. I mean, you know, and what's crazy is even my 2014 bottle is stunning. This is amazing juice. Absolutely amazing. I know that Thierry Vassar went through a time where he, you know, wanted to really try to recreate the glory and the beauty of the old Guerlains. And I think it was right around this time, 2012, 2013, 2014, where some people say there's some legendary Mitsouko batches floating around. I don't know well enough if that's true or not, but I can tell you that I love my 2014 batch, so I can only imagine what the vintage, and this is the Eau de Parfum. So I can only imagine what the vintage Extrait smells like. I wouldn't say Rimbaud is crap, but it's boring like the rest I've tried. Yes, boring is a great word for it. That's how I felt about Black Tie. Black Tie was uber boring. And the one that was supposed to be like Black Tie's daytime equivalent, I did a video on it. I like that one more than Black Tie, but I didn't really care for either. Need to start with Charlatan and let us know if you think it's a gourmand. Well, I'm ending with Charlatan because it says a gourmand floral. That's terrifying. Maybe it's just the power. Maybe it's just the power of you know, the idea put in my ear after reading the note listing. But I do get a little bit of chocolate now, but just a touch. I wouldn't call this a chocolate oud. Actually, it's reminding me more and more of L'Air Exquise by Bojnokopff. How I said in that review yesterday that it's not just a chocolate oud. I've heard people refer to L'Air Exquise as a chocolate oud. It's not. You know, the chocolate was in the background, and that's how I kind of feel about the chocolate here. Chocolate and oud has kind of turned into this trend, I think. You know, it used to be oud and amber, and then it was oud and musk, and oud and rose. And you know, I think chocolate and oud was like the next big trend that all these houses thought was going to take off. But, you know, many times the chocolate is way too forward or it's way removed and you can't really smell or appreciate it. It's a hard line, I think, to walk that chocolate. I think musk or Oud Monarch by Bojnokopff does a great job of that. And of course, one of my proudest possessions is Russian oud with that oud chocolate feel here, that lava-like amber. Oh my God. You know, but this also is very, very good. You can tell the ingredients are good. And you can tell that that he's put some thought into it. I really enjoy it. Hey, Margie, welcome. Miss Noire. Margie in the house. My secretary's here. Tom Ford for Men Extreme is almost a keeper for me. Incredibly classy scent. I've bought it twice. The performance is a deal breaker. So the performance of Tom Ford for Men, the one that I own, the original, is terrible too, but I like the fragrance. I had a feeling the Extreme would still be bad performance, but I still want it. Memory to know where every frag in that display is. And I've moved it around, actually, 9mm. Good to see you in the channel. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome. I've moved it around, actually, is the other thing. So there were things that were kind of under lock and key over there that I had to bring back. And I tried to kind of set up all of my splashes right here so I can put the atomizer right next to it, because what happens when your collection swells is I found that I used to keep my atomizers like in a drawer. And what I found is I would try to decide what I wanted to wear by kind of looking at the bottles, right? And so I would go, okay, today I think I want to wear Bandy, and it's a splash, right? And so I would go and say, okay, now you've got to go hunt for the damn atomizer to match it. So you had to go dig through a drawer. Where's the Bandy atomizer? You're pulling out a million atomizers, you know. So I tried to put all of my splashes right here, and that rearranged everything a couple months ago. But I don't even think my current setup is very good, because the atomizers get moved around and then you kind of lose them and they fall over, and I need a better system. The great Amouage, that's right. That's how he is colloquially defined as now. The great Amouage. What makes it worse is I still have the offer image sent to me from my fragrance group to keep reminding me of my foolishness. You've got some amazing finds, though, Pike. I think I've just worn Ambre Sultan too much over the years, and having a little break from it, I think I've just worn Ambre Sultan too much. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. For me, that's just that between Ambre Sultan and Le du Desert Moroccan and Ciel de Gum is another really good amber that I love. I've got a bottle of this on the way, by the way. I just think I am very set on ambers. You know what I mean? Like I feel like feel like my amber collection is damn set. And I do have a bottle of Ciel de Gum on the way, which I think is one of the best MFKs that he has made for his brand at all, like ever. And they discontinued it, of course. This and the other discontinued one, which I am drawing a blank on now. All of a sudden, I can see it. It's the pissy amber. I like that one too. Maison. What's it called? Absolute Pour le Soir. Absolute Pour le Soir is also a good amber. So yeah, between all of those ambers, and not to mention the other ones I haven't mentioned, I've got a lot of ambers. But if you say that you love, let me find it, because if I don't add it to the wish list now, I'll never find it again. Olfactories Marienbad. Let me mark it down. Marienbad. It's still available, right? Oh, it's a sweet Oriental though, Pike. It says I have a decant of it somewhere. I guess someone must have sent it to me. Well, duh, that's what you said right there. You need to test your sample. So yes, it's somewhere. I just have to find it now. I will. I'll put it on the never-ending sample list. But the first sample test from Bojnokopff's a winner. This is a good one. Maybe even full bottle worthy good. I just don't know if I should spend the money. I don't know if it has a place. Like, I already have stuff that kind of does this. I get lavender and oud. Yeah, I am getting more of the lavender now. Lavender is a strange note for me. Like, sometimes it's almost like I feel like I'm completely blind to lavender in fragrances. And other times when it's badly done, like I feel like I that's all I smell. You know what I mean? But yes, there's definitely the lavender in the top, but I like it. I like it a lot. I wore Mitsouko EDT every day last week. Almost finished my wee bottle. It's time for a new one, mate. You can never quit, Margie. Sorry. You're crowned secretary for life. Charlatan and Salome. That's interesting. I love Salome. I absolutely love Salome. If it's anything like Salome, I mean, that's a winner right there too. So we'll have to see. What's good, Sonny? Welcome. Welcome, man. Oh, I'm going to. Yeah. Must de Taif and Malik Al Taif are on my wish list. Musk de Taif. Oh, that's the Attar. No, the Attar is not on my wish list. But I'll put it on there. I will add it for you, Ajay. The one I want is that Malik Al Taif that he did a couple years ago. That rose in Malik Al Taif, I think it's my favorite rose I've ever smelled. Yep, Ciel de Gum is a fantastic jasmine. In fact, I think it's such a great jasmine that I'm confident that even Rich Mitch would like Ciel de Gum. And he hates jasmine for the most part. I think he would even like Ciel de Gum. It's really good. I think it's one of Francis Kirkjohn's best work. It's just sad they discontinued it. It's like a jasmine and amber. The amber in the base is amazing too. It's so much better than, I've got a bottle of a discontinued Gaultier called Gaultier Squared. That's just a boring amber. It's like a precursor to Grand Soir. And of course, they discontinued the good amber that he have. And everyone on YouTube that I listen to that does these top amber videos, or you know, whenever they talk about their favorite ambers, they always talk about Grand Soir. I hate Grand Soir. Although I do have a couple Discovery atomizers, so yeah, it's just kind of bland and boring. You know, at least Ciel de Gum has some personality to it. That's it. Absolute Pour le Soir, another really good amber. Yeah, they can. You're exactly right. They can become repetitive. And I've got a decant of Maitre Parfumé Agantier's amber, which I forget the name of, but that's also a very good amber. Margie, the secretary de Parfum. I know the feeling, man. Work never ends. It feels like it just keeps on keeping on when you're trying to get away, you know? Your scent of the evening, Sahara Oud, outstanding, delicious fragrance, interesting. I've never smelled. Is that a fragrance du bois? That's Sahara Oud. I heard you say the oud comes out around 3 to 4 hours in B, but I find the opposite. I feel like it's mostly chocolate rose. That's crazy. That's crazy how we just get different wears. Yeah, for me, the oud came out late into the dry down. Like on Beauty and the Beast, it was like 4, 5, 6 hours in when I really got the heaviest animalic oud that came out. It starts off just Beauty with the rose, and then the Beast comes out later. I've been swapping all my splash bottles for sprays when they come up for that reason. Only keeping my big boy size does matter with fragrance bottles. Yes, it does. And finding the decants when you want to wear something, if it's not right next to it, what a pain. Malik Al Taif is as hard to get as Russian Oud. Yeah, I'm going to find a bottle, though. I really want it. PDE Ambre Russe. That's another one. That's another one. Amber goes weird sea salty on my skin after hours. Yeah, I really like Ambre Russe as well. It's this one might go salty on your skin because there's a beautiful ambergris note in here that really tends to come out. And it opens up with that vodka champagne combo thing. It's a very interesting fragrance. Very unique. I like this guy, Marc Antoine Cortacciatio, or whatever his name is. I like the way he thinks about like creating perfume. I like the way he implements it, executes it. This is a really good amber too. So yeah, I mean, it's once you get so many ambers in, and for me, since I love Ombre Sultan so much, this is the kind of stuff that I want to be wearing. So yes. Can't wait to get my Surge haul in. So much to talk about. Ciel de Gum would be good as long as it's not Ciel de Bubblegum. It's not. That's the thing. It's not. If it was, I think it probably would have sold a lot better. They discontinued it. Obviously because it wasn't selling. And you know how LVMH is with money. That's what they care about. Yeah, that's my experience too, Ajay. Intense rose is a good feeling, is a good shout. It almost feels like it has Taif rose in the opening. And Russian Adam mentioned that there's a Indian rose in the opening. And Indian rose can sometimes come across as lemony, and that's what he actually used to complement the Taif rose in Malik Al Taif, is Indian rose. And yeah, I get a lot of Indian rose in the opening. Comes across very lemony, almost Taif-like. And then the heavy dose of oud comes out in the dry down. Yeah, that's my experience too, Ajay. Sonny B. Treppin Holmes. Yeah, the chocolate for me is definitely Russian oud, and what's the chocolate from the most recent collection? It was Ambre de Coco, right? Yeah, Ambre de Coco, I think, had a chocolate note in it that was really nice from the History of Attar collection. Ambre de Coco. Yes, the one that has the least amount of juice. Ambre de Coco. I need to do a video on this before it's all gone. Yep. That's a beautiful chocolate. It's an Oriental chocolate, right? Complex, intense Indian attar, Ambre Shamama, transformed into a modern, sophisticated, spicy sandal and oud Chypre perfume. Cacao Absolute and a touch of peach at the top. Yeah. Yeah, that was the chocolatey one I was thinking of. Ambre de Coco. Ambre Purcell, that's it. Yeah, my goddaughter has been hammering it when she comes around for her visit. I bet you it would smell amazing on a woman. Sahara Oud is Fragrance du Bois. That's what I thought. Yeah, I think it's just called Sahara now, right? Isn't it? Did they change it? I think they might have changed the name, if memory serves. I haven't smelled it. The only Fragrance du Bois I smelled is when Armando slipped Heritage by Fragrance du Bois into one of the blind sniffing sessions, and I just absolutely annihilated it. And I had no clue what it was at the time. So what better than an honest perception? I had no clue the price, no clue the brand, just completely blind, smelling something with a number, on the atomizer. And then come to find out it was Fragrance du Bois. My God. I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked. The quality was awful, and reading the blurb was even funnier. The blurb was terrible. Ambre de Coco has clear chocolate note. Yeah, it does. That one has the clear chocolate note for sure. Ambre de Coco, Russian oud, and Oud Monarch are probably my favorite chocolate ouds. And then there's a little bit of chocolate oud in L'Heure Exquise, which I wore yesterday and did a video on. It was actually really good. I would go so far as to say L'Heure Exquise is one of the best Bojnokopffs that I don't have a bottle of. And then I could even put Bojnokopff in here by Fort Manley. Really good chocolate. Really good chocolate oud, although I don't get a lot of chocolate. But you can feel it. It almost feels like there's a little bit like the way that the fragrance feels is like as if you're melting chocolate on s'mores, It has that feel to it. Interesting, there's no fruit. Well, there's osmanthus, but I thought there would be more fruit notes listed at the top. That osmanthus must really give off fruitiness. I actually really like Amber 14 and surprisingly Elie Sabo 03. I've never smelled an Elie Sab before. I have not smelled Amber 14, but another amber. Speaking of ambers, if you can find it and you have the taste for the animalics like I do, check out Ambre Rem. This stuff is unbelievable. Probably one of the best ambers no one talks about. Robes 08 Mark from the Robes 08 channel used to hammer the table on this one, saying that it's the most wearable animalic amber out there. There is oud, but there's also castoreum and I think civet. I think there's both. Let's see. Ambre Rem. Ambre Rem, 2011. Elemi, Pink Pepper, Orris Absolute, Oud, Saffron, Castoreum Absolute, Bourbon Vanilla, Sandalwood, and Amber. Beautiful. Smoky, animalic amber. But the Iris or Orris Absolute just adds that 3D-ness I've talked about with iris fragrances before. The chocolate is lighter and spicier in Ambre de Coco and in Beauty and the Beast. Cocoa or chocolate is a deep, rich beauty mixed with the rose. Sarah Baker Ludo, love that animalic white chocolate kind of Coromandel, but with animalic tones. I've never smelled a Sarah Baker fragrance either. But I'll tell you what, the first fragrance from Fort Manley is a winner. Let's try the second one. Let's try Fatih Sultan Mehmed. Fatih Sultan Mehmed. Here we go. Right. Oh, let me jot this down so I don't forget. So Bojnokopff. Bojnokopff is going to be left wrist. And Fatih. Let me make sure you spell this right. Fatih Sultan Mehmed is going to be right wrist. Okay, here we go. Fatih Sultan Mehmed. Man, these atomizers just come right out. No playing around there. All right, let's see what we get. Oh, I like that too. That's very good. It smells a little bit more smells maybe a little bit more common. Common's a good, I wouldn't say it's a good word for that, but Bojnokopff smells a little bit more unique to me. But I really like that. It's like a dry, woody, incensey thing. Is there incense in this? Smells like there's some green touches too. That's right. Step up your light game. Step it up. There's a used Malik Altay for $750. Holy fudge packers. That's brutal, man. Do not pay that. Fuck that guy. You know what I mean? It's time for a sample set. And that's more than I paid for my full Russian oud. Yeah, they're crazy. This is really good. It's like this, you know what it feels like? You know when you grab a bunch of like hay or something to start a fire and you try to pick like the driest pieces and you get this, you get this, trying to think about what it's called. Not hay, but it kind of looks like hay, you get this like, it feels like the fire starter material around a fire that you're out in the woods and you got your Boy Scouts outfit on and you're doing your own fire starter. And right when that little material catches fire and you get the dry, woody, like slightly smoky bit, but the fire is just beginning. That's what this Fatih Sultan Mehmed smells like. Can't believe they wrote Faith on here. It's very good though. Let's see what's in it. Rose patchouli, bergamot, petitgrain, tulip, iris, vanilla, ambergris, musk, cedarwood, definitely woods. Oud again, interesting. Do all of his releases have oud? Is that like a house? Is that like a thing that the house does? benzoin, red apple, and frankincense. Definite frankincense, definite cedarwood, definite patchouli. The oud's more in the background on this one. The oud's much more in the foreground on Bojnokopff. As good as this is, I think I like Bojnokopff better. But this is very good. I can tell, I can already feel the quality of the house. You know, one of the great things about testing a new house is you're not just testing the new fragrance, you're really like giving the house a chance. You know what I mean? You're testing the quality of the house. And so far, Fort Manley has passed that test. They've passed the quality test. Does anyone know this? Sultan or Fatih Mehmed, Sultan Mehmed. Crazy names. I like Bojnokopff as a name. Fatih Sultan Mehmed, not so much. Let's see what the story is on the website. Fatih Sultan Mehmed. $205. Okay, so the price is the same. If the Renaissance began in Florence, it certainly came of age when a young sultan took his seat over the Byzantine capital to the east. His passion for art, science, and philosophy would inspire a new and flourishing culture of invention, innovation, and reason. Known for his grandiose lifestyle and exquisite taste, his legacy remains singular. Legendary opulence as grand as its namesake, Mehmed carries the air of a sultan's palace. I don't know about that. I was thinking more outside. It smells more outdoors to me than a palace. A wave of bergamot is touched with a crisp hint of red apple. Maybe. Rose, tulip, and iris recalling old Constantinople. Gentle notes of vanilla emerge. The vanilla is definitely gentle, which I like. Maybe even slight hints of coromandel, you know, that slight patchouli. You know, maybe the oud has a slightly chocolatey bit that will remind you just a little bit of coromandel, just a hit. Blending with the spirit of rich incense and majestic tones of cedar, patchouli, and oud, a scent as nuanced, timeless, and grand as the young sultan himself. A legend bigger than the world's greatest city, opulence captured and refined, treasured for centuries. Fatih Sultan Mehmed, feared, revered, remembered. So according to the Fort Manley website, it's bergamot, petitgrain, rose, tulip, iris, vanilla, ambergris, musk, patchouli, cedarwood, oud, and benzoin. Good. It's good stuff. I ordered 6 samples of Bojnokopff. I ordered based on your family portrait video. I hope they're good. Will be my first time trying his scents. I hope you like them. They are very good. Which ones did you get, Sonny? Yep, good decision indeed. It's good to sample, man. Do as I say, not as I do. Even though I blind buy a bunch of stuff, you should sample. This is good. This is like a, imagine you took Coromandel or Xerjoff's Richwood and took it outdoors. That's what it smells like to me. The patchouli is definitely there. It's not as turned up as it is in Richwood or Coromandel. The incense and the wood seem turned up, kind of like in my review of Serge Noir today. I said that compared to Féminité du Bois, you know, it feels like the incense and the wood, and there's like this charred wood accord that tends to come out. That's kind of how I feel about this Mehmed fragrance. It feels like Coromandel with the incense and the woods kind of turned up. Good. It's very good. The quality's there. I would wear both of these. I'll tell you that right now. I would wear Bojnokopff and I would wear the Fatih Sultan Mehmed. Very good. Yeah, I hope you like them too. Well, the downside is if you do like them, then you're going to want to buy a bottle. And the Bojnokoffs are about $350 for 50 mils. So, I mean, they're not cheap, but you do get 50 mils of juice, and that's a lot when 1 or 2 sprays goes a long way. So, yes. Good house so far. This is a solid first impressions. I'm enjoying them. I would wear both of these. Let's see what Sonny got. He got Musk Habib, Oud Maximus, Oud Monarch, Amber Cologne, Tabak Dori, Mysterious Oud. You got all the best ones. The only ones that I would recommend that you try that are not like, if you try those and you're like, dude, I love Bojnokopff. Like I fell in love with the House of Bojnokopff. I would recommend you try this Le Exquise, which I just discovered yesterday. So don't feel bad. And it's amazing. Le Exquise. This is on my full bottle list one day. And I would recommend you try Lao Oud. Lao Oud is the other one that I would recommend checking out. Lao Oud kind of sits dead smack in the middle. Like if Oud Monarch is over here with chocolate oud, that's, you know, on this side, and Oud Maximus is over here with much more animalic, you know, like 4 or 5 different types of oud, that kind of thing. It really focuses more on the oud itself, is over here. Lao Oud sits right in the middle. It's got a little bit of coffee. So instead of the chocolatiness of Oud Monarch, Lao Oud adds this coffee to the mix. And it also amps up the animalic bit of the oud. So it's not as barnyard, you know, as Oud Maximus, but it's approaching it. It's very close to the animalicness of Oud Maximus compared to Oud Monarch is a little safer take, I think. But it still adds a little bit of that, you know, gourmand feel because of the coffee, you know, so it kind of sits in the middle between the two to me. I really like Lao Oud as well. If I like it, I'll probably get the 10 mil one day. Yeah, those are a good way to go. Love my sample of Oud Monarch. That price per mil, I know. And now I've been hearing a lot of people saying that that the older Lao Ouds with the, or the older, Oud Monarchs with the wood caps are different than the new ones that have been coming out with the new caps that look like the Roja caps. You know, they've got the Bojnokopff and they're gold all over, with the big B on top. So yes, I would recommend hunting an older bottle from what I've heard. I've never done an actual comparison myself though, but they were out of Lao Oud, but I'll look for it. Yeah. And the other one I can't spell, Le Exquise. Yes, I know. Crazy, hard name to say, but very good. Slept on Bojnokopff for sure. Yeah, more people should be talking about Le Exquise, I'll tell you that. Okay, Fatih Sultan Mehmed is a winner, but Bojnokopff I think is the big winner. Mostly because I'm just such a sucker for osmanthus too. I love osmanthus. I've said that before. I did an entire video on osmanthus. That's a good idea, Dushan. I'm going to do that. What other excuses do I have? I saw that Chris from Scentland did a video where he pulled out some of his black fragrances. Like I was thinking, he did 3 that I actually have never smelled. I have Bulgari Black. So there's like, you could name a couple of the in black fragrances, but the Exquise video is a good idea. I'll have to think and see if there's any other Exquises I've got lying around. Or we could do a Lure video, or you could do a noir video. So yes, lots of video ideas there for sure. I tried most of the brand. I liked Amber absolutely and Charlatan, but I remembered none of them being bad. Yeah, that's what it feels like. They feel very good. They feel really well made. I'm shocked more people don't talk about that. That's right. This is not a top 10 excuse. It's good stuff. Welcome 206. Well, you haven't missed much, man. Now you're going to make me turn into one of those YouTubers where they're like, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notifications. We so far we've smelled Bojnokoff's Purple Hat, or Bojnokopff is I think what it's turned into now, and it's very good. It's basically turned into a lavender chocolate osmanthus oud with a little bit of vanilla, and they say there's vetiver, gaiac wood, and tree moss in it. That's the winner so far, Bojnokopff. And then there is Fatih Sultan Mehmed from Fort Manley. And I said that this kind of smells like if you took Coromandel and put it outside. No one ever said what that stuff that looks like hay that you use to try to start a fire with is called. I can't think of the name. It's like twine, or I don't know what it's called, but imagine you're seeing twine or hay that you just kind of gathered up and put around a fire that you're starting to, you want to do like your Boy Scout fire starter. You got your sticks, and you're trying to make a fire from sparks, and it's kind of really dry. You pick like the driest of the hay, and it kind of just sparks, and you get a little bit of smoke. That's what the incense and the dryness of the woods. And the patchouli and the vanilla combo remind me in the oud. The oud almost comes across as like that white chocolate in Coromandel. So it feels like a very interesting take on Coromandel or Xerjoff, or Xerjoff's Richwood. It's actually really good. So we've got 2 winners so far from Fort Manley. Good. I love exploring new houses like this. Oh, that's a tough one, Dushan. Which reformulations are better? I think I've done a video about that. But that's a good, I mean, it's always good to revisit that, to talk about the different, versions and stuff like that. Let me cogitate on that one. Silver Cap Antaeus coming. All right, I'm stoked. I want that funk. I have some silver sprayers, but heard the EDT above Chanel's best. Yes, that's the original one that you're getting then. Congratulations. Those are getting harder and harder to find. Honestly, I love them both. I probably would just tell you to go for the silver sprayer, but since you're getting the true original, I can't wait to hear your feedback. So that's awesome, Black Monday. Rochas Fort also releases his own compositions, which are very good. Colonia in particular. Interesting. That's very interesting, Nick. I heard that he does he do like his own like oud oils too? I think I saw Brandon from that therapeutic fragrance channel I was talking about, who he doesn't upload anymore, sadly, but discovering his channel was amazing because he put out a lot of really good content back in the day. His channel is Therapeutic Fragrance or Fragrances or something. And this Rochas Fort house, I heard him talk about a lot. I've never smelled any of them. This is the first time I've ever smelled this Rochas Fort's work. So, hello 206 indeed. I'm interested in Dessandra's. Those wonky Brits in the attic said it was polo territory. right in my wheelhouse. I keep vintage polo. Would you consider it redundant? No, not at all. Absolutely not. I think it's closer to Devin anyways. I think it's closer to Aramis Devin than vintage polo. This is probably the closest thing that Dessandra's is to me. You know, especially the first hour, I think it's close to Devin, and then it starts to kind of go its own way a little bit. But yeah, if you like stuff like this, you'll love Devin. I mean, you'll love Dessandra's. Man, I can't think today. Today was one of those days where it was like back to back to back to back to back. Like I would think I'd get a minute to myself, and bam, I'd get busy again. Don't be shy, Abe. Come on, you want to come on the channel? We'll get your butterflies out. Ah, he does have his own oud oils. Okay. I thought that was him. Interesting. Yes, I own RF Colonia. All right, I got to look this up. Kolonya. Kolonya. Colonia. Rochas Fort. Ah, I've seen this. Spicy, woody. So this is like a reimagining of the eau de cologne, eh? Interesting. I usually don't like eau de colognes, but yeah, I really like Brandon. I wish he'd come back. They are very kind. You're right, Abe. The more the merrier too, because I feel like everyone kind of brings something to the table that's different. You know what I mean? And not to mention the people are amazing. So, Le Lion. Cannot go wrong with Le Lion, man. It is one of the best releases, maybe the best release of 2020 when it came out. I love Le Lion, man. You know, and actually, interestingly enough, if you go back to like Rich, for example, famously does not like Le Lion, but he also doesn't like Shalimar. And I love these two, you know. So if you're like me and you hear a bunch of people saying they don't like Le Lion, it's maybe because they just don't like the DNA. But if you like the DNA of Le Lion or Shalimar or something like that, you'll like it. If you like Shalimar, you'll most likely like Le Lion. Although Shalimar is more vanillic heavy, Le Lion is more labdanum heavy to me. I'd love to see a silver cap, silver sprayer come. Oh my God, dude. I don't know if I could do that, GMG. I don't know if I have the wherewithal to do that. That is a serious undertaking. No one's putting out that kind of content though, so maybe I will. I've got some comparison videos I want to do. I just keep putting them off because there's so much new stuff I want to smell. Like today, I got to wear this Serge Noir. It was brand new to me, and I wanted to wear it and know it. I love Serge Luton. So I'm just kind of picking out, like, you know, I'm just picking out the ones that I really want to start with to get to know. But yeah, it's I've got a bunch of comparison videos to do. Wore Jubilation Woman a few days ago, and it was brilliant in the cold. It is. Jubilation Woman is brilliant. You're exactly right. Thank you for you know, thank you for like grabbing my head and going, look, Ramsey, Jubilation Woman. And I was like, yes, you're right. It is beautiful. Very glad to have this bottle. It was your samples that ended up making me move, making me wake from my slumber. I was a sleeping ram. All right, yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Brandon. His channel was great for natural niche houses. Rochas Fort new solo releases Under Which River Flows. Under which river flows? He had one a couple years ago called La Whatever. Sweet and fruity with apple brandy, rum, star anise, cherry. Ah, cherry fragrance. Interesting. All right, let's do the next one, which was Harem Rose. Harem Rose. Yes, Harem Rose, 2017. All right, it's going to go on the left elbow. Rochas Fort. A harem of roses, eh? Very nice. I like that these sprayers actually work the first time. We'll let you dry down a little bit. Ah, beautiful. Obviously, it's a rose. It feels like a resinous rose. Like a fruity, resinous rose. Very nice. All of his fragrances, now that I'm smelling them like one by one, they all seem to share this underlying dusty, woody, oody thing. Good thing I like it. I don't think it's amber woods or anything like that, but it's whatever his DNA is. It feels like, you know, you're kind of it's very good though. I like it. Ram, how do you feel about Igor's cologne concentrate? Yes, it's very good. I mean, I love them both, but the cologne concentrate is just a little bit more. Hey, Mike B, you're going to be the man of the hour on Friday whenever I can finally make it to my mailbox to pick up what's there. There's a package waiting for me from the great Mike B, and it is a good one. It's a long lost unicorn. Expensive long lost unicorn. So thank you for that, man. Can't wait to get it. I was gonna actually ask you guys that, so that's a good segue, Sonny. 3,000 sub video ideas. Do not say a top 100, because screw that, man. That Iris top 100 almost killed me. Bojnokopff and Arige are actually good value considering the quality of small batch ingredients, and their markup will be a fraction of big houses. Yes, I agree with you, man. So yeah, no, I feel kind of the same way. You know, and especially with Arige, he goes through the process of the materials, and I feel like you're getting such a great value for money with him, especially from the way that like the market progressed, because he kind of came out before Ensar and all that stuff. And you know, Ensar came and like reset the price up here, and all Russian Adam had to do is reset his price as well. But he never did, is what's interesting. And just to prove that that's kind of where the market values his stuff is, it'll come out at 250 or 300, and then it'll instantly be on eBay at $500 or $600 or $700. I see it all the time. And you know, talking to him and getting to know him, I know it's important to him to try to bring perfume to as many different types of households and people as he can of different economic abilities, you know? And so I feel like he kind of feels like it's his duty to make it as affordable as possible, and of course still make a living for himself. But he could double or triple his prices and the market would still be there for him, is what's crazy. And he does it out of a sense of duty, I think, to perfume. And he lives in Thailand. So, you know, the cost of living there is, it allows him to keep the prices where he's at without being forced to mark up his prices over and over and over again. So I agree with you. Great value for money on stuff like a Rouge L'Adoré. This is a very good rose. It's like a resinous, it's a resinous rose without being jammy, if that makes sense. So, like a earthy, resinous, non-jammy rose. Very good. Good stuff. I'm a fan of these fragrances for sure. Fort Manley. I'm a fan. I think Bojnokoff's my favorite. I think we're probably going to be in order. 1, 2, 3, and we'll see about number 4 so far. But yeah, I think Bojnokopff number 1 right now. Fatih Sultan Mehmed number 2, and Harem Rose number 3. I mean, it's a very good rose. It's just, you know, an out and out rose is not my favorite type of fragrance right now. Shalimar is the greatest women's fragrance ever. Yes, I agree with you, Abe, 100%. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. They have no gender. Once you, if you're somebody like me, once you kind of break down that mental boundary, the whole fragrance like world opens up to you. There's so many things to get to know. Like those new Amouages I got to know yesterday. I never got to know them because I never looked at the women's side. So yes, I agree. Femme is addictive. I love Femme too. And it's one of the best values for money. I think it's one of the best money, one of the best price per mil fragrances you can buy. So good. I don't think it's better. Is Jubilation better than the man version? I don't think it's better, Sonny. I mean, it's different. It's a different fragrance, but they're both very good. In that name, I'm eating cake with plum. That sounds good. You're going to need another shelving unit for all your incoming. I am going to need another shelving unit. Although maybe what I'll do is move some of these boxes and start putting stuff here. But I like the fact that when I close this, they stay out of the sunlight. So I don't really know if I want bottles over here. I'll have to think about that. I mean, I do have another area over here you guys can't see, and I've got armed guards downstairs. They march back and forth, protect the really expensive stuff. Yeah, I agree with you, Dushan. It's the gift of kings indeed. The men's version, I would say, I would put it a little bit above the women's version just because of all the memories I have with the men's version. To me, the men's version is, I mean, one of the best. I think I put this number 1 on my Amouage breakdown. How could you not put it number 1, you know? But the women's version is very, very good and very overlooked. Like you talk about, even I overlooked it for the longest time. And I'm not saying that like, oh, even I overlooked it. I'm saying like, no, seriously, I overlooked this big time. Like it was an oversight of mine. Dushan corrected that for me. He like grabbed my face and went, dude, Jubilation for women, and forced me to look at. I did an early impression video off of a sample he sent me, and I was like, wow, this is really good. Full bottle worthy for sure. And I'm glad I got the bottle, especially with all the, you know, issues about like reformulation and stuff like that. these older bottles are gonna, I just think, get more and more precious to have over time, you know, especially with what the new guy's doing, the fish guy at Amouage. I'm not a fan. A top 1,000. I could do a marathon live stream, every single fragrance in my collection in one sitting. It would be probably a 12-hour video. I feel like that's something I should do for like 10,000 subs, you know? Femme is very addictive. Yes, it is. It is. It is very, very addictive. Top 3,000 panty droppers. Paroli. Yeah, my voice would be completely gone. Speaking of completely gone voice, I feel like I should put in a Ricola. Oh, but wait a minute. It might affect my sense of smell of when I'm smelling new stuff. Let's save the Ricola. Let's save the Ricola. This is a very good rose. I like it. I think Azure will give Shalimar a fight for the crown. Oh, yeah, you're right. It would. But I just love Shalimar so much that I think because of what Shalimar means to me, you know, because this was kind of the fragrance that really broke down the women-men barrier for me, you know what I mean? And because of what it symbolizes, and the spot that it has in Guerlain fame. Like whenever you go into a Guerlain store, you'll notice that that Shalimar, that iconic Shalimar bottle, used to always be at the center of everything, of like the centerpiece. All of their other amazing perfumes were kind of around Shalimar. And you know, I probably enjoy wearing Azure or Bandit or something like that as much as Shalimar, but Shalimar has this like iconic, you know, this iconic space in my mind, if you will. So one panty dropper for each sub. Appreciate the feedback, Duchamp, but is the women one feminine in any traditional sense? Man, you're stuck on that, aren't you, Sonny? I think anything is unisex. There are some florals in Jubilation for women, but I think that Jubilation for women smells very close to something like Roja's Diaghilev, and this is one of my favorite fragrances to wear of all time. So, you know, is Diaghilev feminine in any sense? I mean, you know, there's flowers in here. There's flowers in Jubilation 25 as well. There's also a ton of cumin. There's a lot of cumin in Jubilation 25. So yes. Go back to your home, Diaghilev. Yeah, it's unisex, dude. That's actually a really good way to put it, Dushan. Comparison videos could be nerdy stuff, but I'm sure a lot of people love them. When I got into this journey, I was an avid watcher. I still am. Yeah, I know what you mean. It is nerdy stuff, but the people like us enjoy it. It's just that's going to be a really tough one. I don't know. I don't know if I have the nose to break down one Antaeus versus the other in that much detail because they're very close. One benefit on the downturn is people have stopped buying up all the Ariege to flip them for two. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point, Pike. You're right about that. That used to be a thing, eh? I can't wait. Dude, the lavender in that fragrance. Oh my God. It might be honestly the best lavender. That and the other one, Ma Liberté, the lavender in those two are out of this world. Sliding door ASMR. I had one of the first Juby 25 snap cap very early in my journey and sold it. I did not know what I had back then. It really did smell like royalty from what I remember. Ouch. That's number one. That's why I usually don't sell fragrances. The ones that I sold recently were pretty shite. I had like a L'Oreal version of Paloma Picasso. I want an 80s bottle of that now. And I had 24-cent story EDP shit. And I had Mancera Cedrat Boise shite, you know, but I did have the vintage twist cap version, so maybe it'll bring in some extra money. Hey, Alan, welcome, my friend. Sequoia by Comme des Garçons, never smelled it. This is not a top 100 F-boy fragrances. I know that Sequoia is a Duchefort creation. Ah, yes, that's right. I forgot about that. All right. Have fun, Ross. Thanks for being here, brother. I remember being so mad, I accidentally ordered a sample of 25 instead of Jubilation XXV. Fast forward, I now prefer it. Wow, that's crazy. You prefer the women's version. It is very good, to be fair. Yeah, they both smell amazing. Not a clone, but definitely the same scent school as Balenciaga Pour Homme. Really? Really, really. I would love to see a review of Roja Chypre Extraordinaire. It's on the docket, mate. It's on the docket. Honestly, if you want like a 30,000 foot overview, it smells like a high quality version of Zoologist Civet. It really does. Just roge it up. He roges everything up. It smells like Civet, roge it up. I have a video on it, Igor, but welcome. Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you here before. Yes, I have a video on Royal Tobacco. If you go to my Amouage playlist, and it'll be under the Amouage playlist. It's very good. It's a good fragrance. I don't know if I'd buy a bottle, but it's good. Igor, my countryman. I've still got Diaghilev sitting in my shopping cart, 6 left. My will is weakening. Yeah, I know the feeling, dude. Honestly, it's one of my favorite fragrances of all time. And look how, I mean, it doesn't look like very much juice. That's probably, if I had to guess, it's probably 30 mils. But 30 mils of my favorite fragrance, of one of my favorite fragrances, and I'm already like, do I buy a backup? Should I buy a backup? Am I worried about buying a backup? What if the you know, what if it's changed? What if it's different? What if this? What if that? I'm just like, you know, kind of freaking out. I'm worried if I get a new one, it's not going to be the same. And if I spend that much money and it's not the same, I'm going to be furious. So I'm just kind of sitting on my hands, you know. But yes, my will is weakening too. Do I get a backup? Or do I just say, hey, it was a fun ride and wear something else? You know, wear some of the other stuff? For the record, I really do need to give Jubilation 25 another test drive. Yes, you do. Shout outs to Mark for test drive. Maybe you should show us some of your worst purchases and mistakes with scents for your 3K video. That doesn't sound very celebratory, though, Sonny. Hey, Nikki. Welcome, man. Good to see you. All right, let me spray this last one. Let's get this on my skin. Ah, the rose feels kind of peppery green all of a sudden. Interesting. All right, so apparently this final one is classified as a floral gourmand. Terrifying. Charlatan. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is the one with the least amount of juice in it, too. Please let me like it, baby. Please be good. A floral gourmand with pear and chocolate. Chocolate again. He loves chocolate, doesn't he? Oh, I like that. I like everything I've smelled from him so far. Wow, but the jasmine is strong. I think Rich Mitch would hate this. But it's mixed with that chocolate and, I said there's this dry, dusty, like, oud accord that feels the same throughout all of his fragrances. Yeah, I get that here. There's definitely a line that runs through all of his perfumes. Pear, I get a little bit of fruitiness. I don't know if I would have picked out pear, but now reading it, of course, it smells like pear. Pear chocolate, damask rose, Moroccan jasmine, vanilla, black truffle. Osmanthus, I love osmanthus. It really, there's very few fragrances with osmanthus in them that I don't like. Sandalwood, amber, and vanilla. I like this. I think my favorites would go Bojnokopff #1, Fatih Sultan Mehmed #2, Charlatan #3, and Harem Rose #4. Just because I have a lot of rose, I have enough rose fragrances already. Charlatan is something a little bit different. I don't think I would wear this, but I can appreciate it. It's unique. It's a unique jasmine, chocolate jasmine. Very strange. Is there oud in here? There's no oud listed, but it almost feels like there's a little bit of oud in all of his fragrances, even the rose. There's no oud listed, but it feels like there's a little bit of oud. It does have a little bit of sweetness, though. The sweetest of the bunch is definitely Charlatan. Definitely. Saw your great Roja top 37 list. Order Great Britain. Did you get it at the discounted price? Because they just changed the price on it. Did you get it at the lower price, I hope? Great Britain is amazing, honestly. It's one of the best, one of my favorite iris leathers, let's say. It's a take on a Russian leather. It's very good. Man, I love Diaghilev. I love strong fragrances, as you can see. I mean, my favorites are Bel Ami, Antaeus, Koros, Diaghilev, that kind of stuff. So I do love strong perfumes. Top 20 all natural list. I don't know if I have 20 all natural fragrances. I guess you could put stuff like Bojnokopff in the natural category, natural, but I don't know if I have 20 of them. I've just recently found out my contact my vintage Diaghilev EDP from has a genuine Roja 500 ml metal refill canister. Dude, a genuine Roja 500 ml. You'll have to email me after this, Pike. Seriously, we need to set up the Silk Trail or the Silk Road from UK to Texas somehow. We need to make this happen. Stick it to dolphins and send them my way. How much is the sampler set? Now I'm really curious. I have no clue. Let's see. How much is the sample set? F&M Collections. The sampler set is the full pack of the sampler set is sold out, but it's $8 per fragrance. And there's how many fragrances are on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll be $56 for 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a couple on here I don't have. One is called Late Harvest. The other is called Henrietta. The other is called Amber Absolutely. So there's 3 that I haven't smelled. Oh, 4, All the Queen's Men. So there's 4 I haven't smelled. So I've smelled 4 today. There's 4 I haven't smelled. Interesting. Bojnokopff is very good. That may be a full bottle. Yeah, Bojnokopff is very good. Let's see what the comments are saying. Great Britain is basically Queer de Russie, Roge it up to the max. Exactly. That's what he does. He roges everything up. And then to make matters worse, if you watched my blind sniffing video, apparently he has another house called Pierre de Valet. Have you guys heard about this? Pierre de Valet or de Valet. Pierre de Valet. And there's one that's called number 47. Number 47 smells exactly like Great Britain. Like when I smelled it on my blind sniffing, I was like, oh, that's Great Britain. Like, why'd you send me Great Britain, dude? I already have Great Britain. And I looked it up and I was like, what is this crap? Number 47 by Pierre de Valet smells exactly like Great Britain. Like exactly, like you just put it in to a Pierre de Valet bottle and maybe changed one note so it's different. I didn't get anything different. March Madness is coming up. Maybe a bucket of 64 fragrances that fight each other to the final 4. That would be way too much like Robes 08's grudge matches that he used to do back in the day. 10 mils can last you years if you have a decent sized collection. I know, but I spray it. Like when I wear it, I spray it like normal. So but you would have to seed them. What a conundrum. Does Mitsouko or Diaghilev take? I know. I couldn't do the work, dude. I couldn't do it. It would be too stressful. You have 500 mils of it. No, he doesn't have 500 mils of it. His contact has a 500 mil. Buy it and save at least 50 mils of Diaghilev for me, right? Not when you turn it upside down, your bottle gets 10 mils, pour it all over you. I can't believe you did that, dude. Honestly, I can't believe you did that. Buy the 500 mil tin at thing and send me the bottle that you dumped out 10 mils of. I'll buy it from you. Of course, at a cheaper price. I mean, there's 10 mils missing, dude. Ramsey needs a discount. His other houses are close to his main perfume. Roja's semi-bespoke number 23 is so close to Midsummer Dream. Yeah, so what do you think that is, Daniel? Do you think it's a money-making endeavor? Because I think it's almost like, rich people are going to buy, if they end up liking me, they'll end up buying anything I put out. So I'll just create this new house over here, and then they'll just go buy one of everything. And I'll just create this other house over here, and they'll just go buy one of everything. You know, that's what it seems like to me. I have 90 mils now. Can't believe you did that. But I don't, it's happened to me before. That happened to me with Oscar de la Renta Pour Louis and Pavarotti. I own Mr. Bojnokoff's purple hat and Mehmed. Yeah, those are the 2 I would probably buy, but the rose is good. It's just, I have so many good rose fragrances that I would wear. And this Charlatan is good. It's interesting. It's different. It's a very unique take on jasmine with that chocolate and pear, and it feels like there's a little bit of oud in there. There's something a little animalic. It's Pierre de Valet is the house. Pierre space DE space VELAY. Pierre de Valet. And this one's called number 47. Almost exactly like Great Britain. I've disconnected the stupid pump siphon and put a bung in it. Good move. I hate those pumps, dude. Those fuck those things, man. Here, I'll put it in the chat for you, dude. There you go. Number 47 by Pierre de Valais. To make them sound even more exclusive than his regular, he says, semi-bespoke line. Each bottle is created 50 times a year. Each bottle is created 50 times a year. I heard something about that with I heard something about that with his Roja, the main like Roja $3,500 a bottle perfume with the gold flakes in it. That they used to only make 50 of these a year. And then they got so popular that he said he started making 250 on his birthday only, on his birthday. Yeah, the bottles on those Pierre de Valais are hideous. The Roja bottles are superior, in my opinion. But to its credit, I have a full review of this on the channel. And I didn't have this bottle when I did a full review. But this has grown on me substantially. Like, I love it now. And there's just something about the shape-shifting nature of it that has, like, you know, grabbed me. Like, it's a chypre, but there's a lot of labdanum, but the jasmine smells high quality, but there's a lot of ylang-ylang, but it's also resinous and, you know, smells like there's real ambergris in the dry down, lots of oak moss in the dry down, a lot of oak moss in the dry down. Like there's just so much going on. Like my mouth is almost watering smelling it. It's really good. It's just ridiculously expensive, and it doesn't lend itself very well to sampling is the problem, because the damn thing is such a shapeshifter. Like the first couple times I wore this, I was like, oh shit, I got this figured out. This is a labdanum bomb. This is like one of the best labdanum fragrances I've ever smelled. This is like Le Lion. Like it's labdanum, like a lot of labdanum. And there is a lot of labdanum in there, but it's not just a labdanum bomb. There is a lot going on. And that's the problem, is that if you just test this a couple times, depending on the weather, your mood, and all that stuff, I feel like it changes. Like it's a very and it's supposed to be a signature scent for Roja. This is what he now wears apparently over his old fragrances he used to wear. Now he only wears this. And, you know, I could see wanting something that changes according, you know, that gives you different things to smell in the winter. And it's ambery. It's really good. It's very posh. The vanilla in the dry down will remind you of a Guerlain. That's the only thing. Is I said at the end of my video that Roja's Hautlux smells like a Roja wrapped in a Guerlain, because what he says is, he says that he describes this as a chypre wrapped in cashmere. And I said it's a Roja wrapped in a Guerlain, because it feels like it has that Guerlainade in the base. But God, it's good, man. It's really grown on me. I have only sampled that number 47, and I didn't know I was sampling it at the time. So I've got Quid Russe, EDT, and leather oud coming. Ah, very good. I'm all about leather right now. It's is the current formulation of Bellamy worth buying? No. Go buy the vintage. Just, you can find vintages lying around. Just buy the vintage. It doesn't even have to be the shaker bottle vintage. You can just buy the second formulation too. You know, I've shown it off on my channel before, the second formulation. I think that's actually one of my favorite versions, is the second version. They're all amazing, but just go for one of those two, either the shaker or the first reformulation, or just get Bellamy Vetiver. It's really good. If you like leather, try Vintage Jules. Yes, that's right. Vintage Jules, one of the greatest leather fragrances of all time. And it's a Jean Martel. He only made a couple big hitters, this and Paco Rabanne Porom. Oh, God. I do love leather, to be fair. It's my favorite note. So if it's growing into your favorite note, Douglas, you're in the right channel because I talk a lot about leathers. Antaeus has a leathery side to it with the Castoreum. Weird thing enough, there's only a $5 difference between Great Britain number 47. Pretty sure you get more with Great Britain. Okay, I didn't know the pricing on that Pierre de Valet, but yeah, I mean, I like the Great Britain bottles anyways. So yes, indeed, I would definitely go with Great Britain, but if you're going for the smell, the Pierre de Valet is, you know, it's pretty much the same. All right, let's try to put you back without breaking stuff. Here's what I can do. I can do an auction. I can auction off a bottle for the 3,000 subs. Who wants a glorious bottle of La Rive Mr. Sharp? All right. What we'll do is you guys leave comments, make sure to like and subscribe. And what I'll do is I'll use a random comment picker and I'll pick one person who really deserves this fantastic treat of La Rive Mr. Sharp. Look at this fancy cap. I mean, the fragrance smells like absolute shit. But I mean, look at this. Wouldn't this look amazing on your cabinet, sitting right here, just right in front? We'll do our very first auction, La Rive Mr. Sharp. Don't forget to join in. Douglas by Bellamy Vetiver. Yeah, get Bellamy Vetiver. How long before the gold flakes block the atomizer? Don't say that, Pike. We'll check it out. Thanks. Yeah, as Dusan said, by the way, the current formulation ain't bad at all. Just watered down. It is just watered down. I would just go for the vintage. Semi-bespoke is 800, not the Pierre. Those are 5. Oh, okay. Well, if the Pierre is 500 and you get 100 ml, then that's actually a cheaper way to get Great Britain because it smells exactly the same to me. It's without oak moss from the 80s. I've once said if Bellamy is the best leather than Jules, sexiest, the animatics and Jules make me want to cry. It's very good. Agreed. Do the gold flakes and Hot Lux, they do anything? No, they don't do anything other than to look pretty. Yeah. The way Roja described it is it's a way for him to say, well, yes, it's real gold, but the jasmine costs more than the gold. And the jasmine from Gross costs more than the gold, and that kind of stuff. The first reformulation has been post-IFRA as well for a part of its shelf life, and it's great as well. Oak moss plays a big role in Bellamy, but not as key as in the other ones. Interesting. I really like the first reformulation, so that's interesting. What's up, Ace of Soul? You're just catching the end. I'm about to bounce soon. I'll trade you 2 chickens for it. I don't know what a chicken is unless it's a real chicken, which I doubt that's what you mean. But for Mr. Sharp, absolutely. Oof, it smells really bad. Whatever this is supposed to smell like, I don't think it hit the mark. The shaker wins, of course. Make it a Dutch auction. Start with a high price and lower incrementally till someone pulls the trigger. Yeah, eggs are expensive. That's right. Well, let me go back through these Fort Manleys one more time. Charlatan is definitely third on the list. Even though it's a white floral, it's done in such a unique way with the chocolate and pear and that osmanthus note in the base. I love osmanthus. And vanilla. So yes, I'm a fan of Charlatan. But I would put that third. The rose one's last. Even though it's a good rose, it's just a rose. The Fatih Sultan Mehmed is second, and number 1 is Bojnokopff. That was a good one. This was a good discovery video. I've enjoyed it. It strokes your delicate ego. That's it, Nikki. Next time you make a fragrance, here's what you do, okay? Let me just tell you how to get to the top of the food chain. Put in gold flakes. Charge, let's see, Roja charged $3,500 for his. So charge $35,000 for a bottle. Okay, $35,000, and explain that you only make one bottle a year. It's the most exclusive scent of all time. And but if people are lucky, you'll make 5 or 10 if they really twist your arm. But 35,000 $35,000 is the price. That's it. I promise you someone will pay that one day. I promise you will get someone to give you 35 grand for a bottle if you do that. You had one, Sonny, that someone gave this to me, or one of the shops. I think I bought something and they threw this in for free. It's really bad. It's really bad. It just smells like amber woods, like it smells like Rich Mitch's Nightmare. Yes. If you want Bojnokopff Fragrances Net still has the OG bottles for sale. Fragrance Net. Okay, that's interesting. Thanks for that, Daniel. I'll look. Talked my wife into buying an 1849 by Creed on a discounter. It's the black sheep of Creed. I don't know if I want to sell it, wear it. I have 1849 Millesime 1849. It's good. It's okay. I mean, it's not anything worth the price, but it's good. It's got a little bit of oud in it. The oud kind of smells a bit like the oud from Royal Oud, but there's a lot more florals, and it's kind of powdery. 1849 is kind of powdery. Delicate Ego Ram. That might sell, although you'll have to think of something really posh, like name it Nikkei, the little asterisk above the, change it to Nicki with the little asterisk. Hello, Rick. Welcome, my friend. La Rive is a Polish company. I think you might be right. For that price, I'd want to look like the woman from Goldfinger after a few sprays. It's brutal, isn't it? It's absolutely brutal. But I swear to God, I have a theory that someone will pay that. And I have a theory that if someone starts paying $35,000 for a fragrance, one day someone will pay $350,000 for a fragrance. Somewhere in the world, it will happen. Just you have to sell it. Roja just sold it, man. He sold it right is the thing. His whole time at Guerlain and working on the 5th floor of Harrods, and he's a great marketer in the way he dresses, and it's like Gerard Anthony once said in that interview that I watched. Fragrances are half the smell and half the way it's presented. And he hit the presentation on the mark. Like people, identify through these. They like, it's something that they desire for, you know what I mean? Like they yearn for them. Like if they own a Roja, they've made it. That's it. They've made it in life. Throw it away. Send it to me. I'll give it away in a giveaway. Commodity vetiver, never smelled it, Rick. You definitely have to be brave to wear it. It is terrible, honestly. Mr. Sharp, I couldn't even give this away. It smells like one of the worst things I've ever smelled. It smells like my body, like my Bath and Body Works body wash that I have in the shower. Awful. Absolutely horrendous. Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it. There is some powderiness to it. YouTuber did sell his bathwater for big money, so anyone they will pay for anything, dude. Honestly, I am convinced of that. There's enough people with enough money out there that they will buy anything. Jiki versus Roja. All people see is shiny. Yep, that's it. Can't deny Roja is a pimp mofo and fun to listen to. I wish he would talk more, like just about like the way he want. You know, he's always in this political sell mode. Like, well, when I was 6 years old, you know, my mother bent down and gave me a kiss on the cheek, and it sparked a lifelong fascination about fragrances. And at that point forward, my destiny was set. And, you know, it's just like, get out of the political selling. He just says the same things over and over and over and over and over. Like, if you've listened to one Roja interview, you've heard them all. You know what I mean? And that is the issue. I wish he would just come out and just be real. Just be, you know, be himself a little bit more. Let it be unscripted, but it would mess up. He doesn't want to mess up his image and have the brand lose value. I get it. I totally understand. 500 million record is 6 million. So rare fragrances are a bargain. That's a good point, Pike. Get people used to the fact you make one for 35 grand a year on the 10th year release. You're once a decade. There you go. That's it. That's the ticket right there. I mean, imagine to a rich person. I'm talking rich, right? Rich. Let's say they have hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm Mr. Rich's friend, Mr. Not so rich but still rich, and I buy Roja's Houtlux for $3,500. And then you're like, well, shit, I got to outdo this guy. Ace of Souls. Nikki has a fragrance that is $35,000. I'll prove that bastard, Mr. Not So Rich. I'll show him who's rich. And then you walk up with your $35,000 fragrance. It'll happen, man. I'm telling you, it would sell. I'm telling you, you just need the selling point. That's it. I agree, Black Monday. You're 100% spot on. 100%. There's so much good value in vintages still. Yeah, I must admit, there's a side to me that likes the Roja cap and bottle, but there's a side to me that completely agrees with you, Alan. They absolutely do. Their marketing is terrible. Vintage stole my heart. Yep. You have to pay. You're right. I'll just tincture my underwear and sell it as a fragrance. What's your opinion on spraying frags on clothes? No, you can spray frags. I just prefer skin because I like the way it develops. Like, I could smell it. You know what I mean? I can get the development. On clothes, I feel like it slows the process down a little bit on strips or clothes. It's harder to get a true breakdown of what the fragrance arc would be, whereas on skin it's easier. So that's it. One fragrance a year, you're set. You're set, Nikki. Just one. And just imagine when you start selling 2 or 3. Yep. If you spray your shirt, you get the best of both worlds. Yes, that's a good point, Paroli. Yep. Or that's why I'll do the inside of my collarbones, and sometimes it'll kind of get on the fabric when I put my shirt back. Yep. That's it. Yeah, they do. They're not that high class. Well, we did our early impression. I would say it's usually around this time my voice starts to hurt from talking for 2.5 hours. So I would say another successful video tomorrow. We'll probably go back to Amouage and do some other women's ones. Do you guys have any preference? Let's see what's coming up next. We've got all right, so we've got Seal Woman. We've got Ubar. We've got Sunshine Woman. Interlude Woman. Crimson Rocks. Journey Woman. Or Beloved Woman. So, Ubar, maybe I'll wear that as my scent of the day tomorrow and do that as like my video that I put up because I hear that's a good one. And maybe we'll do 4. Which 4 are you guys most excited about? Fragrances die on clothes. Yeah, I can't put them on clothes. You got to stay hydrated and you have to put a lot of lotion on. That's the trick, I think. You got to keep your skin moist. Oh, one of the best fragrances of all time. Hands down. I was on a low budget. I would just keep a 250 ml of Zara Pour Homme. Yep, I'm with you, man. Don't worry, we'll get to the Xerjoffs. This is going to have to be a process here, Daniel. There's a lot of fragrances to go through. Wes and I have never been treated better at a perfumery than when we visited the Roja Parfum Salon on the 5th floor of Harrods. Well, he's got his staff trained, eh? Journey and Bracken Woman sound interesting. Journey and Bracken. I already did Bracken. I did Bracken yesterday, Ace of Souls. So we could do Journey and maybe 3 others. Yep, that's the ticket. All right, so we got Interlude. We got a request for Journey and Interlude. All right, I'll make it happen. I'll pick a couple others. That'll be a good one. Shower Oil. Digging the Azara Pour Homme Intense. Yeah, it is very good. And there's a little bit of that Azara Pour Homme old school bit hanging on in the background, you know? Yeah, it's on the 4 video live stream from yesterday. This is how I'm going to have to do it, I think. I think I'm just going to have to do like I did today with the Fort Manleys and just kind of do them all at once. I just don't have the time. I'll never get through them. And I'll never get to know what they smell like. At least now I know what they smell like. So, all right, good stuff, guys. Well, thanks for being here. I got to run, go hydrate the old throat, go eat some food. So thanks for being here on the live stream. Do like before you leave. It helps the stupid algorithm. And we'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow with another one if I got time. Cheers, guys. See you then. Bye-bye.